This video is for people suffering with fibromyalgia. I used to suffer with severe fibromyalgia myself. Let's start by saying that I'm not a doctor and I'm not a nutritionist. I've been able to improve and go on remission. I mean, I'm still 54, so I can't cure age, but to a large extent, and this is for a Facebook group that has been asking me questions, and it's hard to address these answers to everyone individually. So that's why I'm making this video. So the first thing that actually started my journey was I did a strict carnivore diet back in 2018, and that removed at least a good 80 to 90% of the fibromyalgia symptoms. Eventually I did, as long as I stay in a carnivore diet, I'm pretty good. I can do a good solid work of 1 hour hard work without significant issues. Once I extend that hour of heavy labor, you may or may not have some symptoms. It's not as bad as before. But the second thing I noticed that helped is I transplanted the gut bacteria from my son to mine. So a lot of probiotics. There is a low histamine probiotic that I normally recommend. I don't make money on it. I will put the link on the video later on. Fibromyalgia seems to be associated with diabetes, diagnosed or not diagnosed. If they tell you you're pre-diabetic, that's a lie. You're already diabetic. And what I noticed is that antiparasitic agents like Artemisia annua, high doses like 5 grams a day for 30 days, and then a maintenance dose of about 1 to 2 grams a day. 2 grams a day is better. Or ivermectin, fenbendazole. Anytime you eat carbohydrates, you may experience some. And I experienced some recently. I started taking ivermectin and it went away. Even eating some carbohydrates. And when I say some carbohydrates, we're talking maybe 50 to 100 grams a day. And highly fermented carbohydrates, homemade. I don't eat any longer anything from the store because it damages your gut bacteria. Anything you buy from a grocery store that has preservatives in it. So if I buy something from a store, either I remove the preservatives through some methods that I have learned through time, or I take a lot of probiotics to see if I can process it better. There is less chance. So in a nutshell, that's my recommendation. A lot of beef. A lot of people misunderstand the carnivore diet. It's a zero carbohydrate diet. You have to do it for a significant period of time. Fasting is also a very good tool. Not eating for 18 hours a day, 16, 18 hours a day, and then eating 1 or 2 meals in 6 hours. Or, a lot of times I fast 3 days. I can't fast a lot of long term right now because I'm way too thin. I'm about 140 pounds. I'm way too lean. So you gotta eat a very high fat diet, very high animal fat, no vegetable oils of any kind. Some vegetable oils are not toxic, but they're low nutritional density. Nothing has a nutrition of animal fats. Whatever the animal fat you like, stick with that even if it's butter. I was told that it was lactose that caused the fibromyalgia. However, I drink right now a lot of raw milk. That's how I get a lot of my probiotics. We have dairy goats, and I drink a lot of goat milk, a lot of fresh goat cheese, and that seems to not cause it. Or because before I didn't notice that it did cause it. And the probiotics help you digest it a lot better. Even raw cow milk doesn't really cause any fibromyalgia flares like it did before. So it seems to be an agent that is a parasitic agent. It doesn't necessarily have to be a parasite. Some bacteria can cause this. It seems to be an infection of the colon. But the research can really fully detect it to 100%. So there is a lot of suspicion, but no proof and no cure. So again, join my channel. I try to post as many things as I can. The same treatments that I propose apply to every condition there is, because they all seem to be caused by the gut microbiome being damaged by the food and the frequency and the quantity of the food that we consume. That seems to be the problem. So this applies to pretty much anything. And the antiparasitic agents, that's why they cure so many conditions, including diabetes. I don't think they are as effective without a carnivore diet. So again, if you take ivermectin, you have to do it in empty stomach. If you take fenbendazole, you got to do it in full stomach. That's why I prefer Artemisia annua, because it really doesn't matter how you do it. However, it's more expensive. It's harder to find a good source of Artemisia annua that doesn't have sugar in it. I only know one person that makes it here in Florida. I'll try to link the supplier here. Is made by an elderly gentleman down in South Florida, and he does everything himself. He's an amazing guy that's been curing and helping people cure their diseases with Artemisia annua. It treats almost everything. It's an amazing plant. So best of luck. I hope it helps you and feel better. Again, don't trust anyone. Do your own research. Join Facebook groups. There is Facebook groups for carnivore, tons of them. Ivermectin, fenbendazole, many groups. Get a lot of feedback on anecdotal evidence and people's stories, because there is so many of them. Nobody's gathering them and doing writing papers on it, because it's just there is no money in it. So best of luck. I hope you all feel better. Join. I'm doing a lot better as long as I don't eat carbohydrates, unfortunately. Or if I stop taking an antiparasitic agent, it starts coming back slowly but surely. So have an awesome day, and I hope this helps.